This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan. With your host, Bradley Summers. And get the latest from Alpena Community College with ACC President Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Bradley Summers, and thank you all for joining us on another installment. Our first guest this morning is Kim Gildner with the Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Hey, Kim.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Great, thank you. Thank you for having us here.
Well, thank you for being here. You know, every time we have any representative from Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary on, there's always a lot of really super exciting things to talk about. I know one of the big things in the community that everybody looks forward to every year is the big Halloween event that's going on.
Absolutely, and we're so excited. We're bringing it again this year, so it's our annual event, and mostly it's due to our volunteers because our staff is only so many people and we need a lot of help with it. So we're very appreciative of all our volunteers for the event.
And it's going on, it takes place October 27th.
Correct, from 5 to 8.
5 to 8.
And it's family friendly, it's all ages, and it's free.
Well, it's free, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you know, to us, you know, to parents out there, it's not so free because all these kids get all sugared up, and but you know, it's an amazing, definitely an amazing event too, because there's just so many fun things. The kids get so excited, and but it's taking place right at the Marine Sanctuary.
Yes. So come in the front doors, and there's a part where it goes upstairs, and that's the family-friendly part. And then come back on downstairs, and for those who want a little bit more scare in their night, they can go through the haunted ship part, and then they'll exit on the way out the back. And we also have Home Depot kits that we'll be giving out to families to take home and do their projects. So.
Yeah, and they always do such a great job with supporting cool projects or events that are going on.
Right.
So it'll be the haunted walkthrough,
yes.
family-friendly events, building kits, and anything else that you'd like to say.
And candy.
And candy.
So we are accepting donations for candy. If anybody wants to drop it off, you can come in and drop it off at the store or money to help us purchase some candy. But we always have lots of candy that we hand out, so we gladly take any donations.
But prepackaged candy.
Yes.
Just to be you know, specific on that.
Right, right. The Halloween candy.
Yes, Halloween candy, prepackaged, just the safety and things of that nature. But well, that's fantastic. And you know, I know because of COVID, it wasn't going on for a while, but you know, over the last couple of years, it's great to see it come back.
Yeah, we're excited. We love it. It's just fun to get ready for. It's fun to put on, and we have a great time.
And then another event that comes up is one of the bigger events that you host each year, but we always start talking about it around this time of year during the fall, is the film festival that's coming up.
Yes, so it's the Thunder Bay International Film Festival, and we have it every January, so it's the last weekend of January. This year it kicks off on the 24th, and we go on the road the first couple of nights. So the first night is in Rogers City, January 24th. It starts at 6 o'clock, and that night will be a little bit special because we have a premiere, a Michigan premiere of the documentary Relentless. So it's about the sea lampreys.
That's awesome. And we were talking a little bit before the show too, like, they're kind of creepy.
They are very creepy. Yeah. They're called the vampires.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
You know, and it's neat though that it is something that is in our Great Lakes and affecting the Great Lakes, and to have a Michigan premiere at this event is pretty incredible.
Right. So the documentary walks you through what a sea lamprey is like and how they're an invasive species, and it talks about the mitigation efforts that continue to go on to eradicate, hopefully, this invasive species.
Now, you know, a lot of times these just affect like the fish in the big lakes. It's not so much things that we're seeing in the rivers or things like that. Yeah, I haven't seen a bass with one on it, but I've definitely seen salmon with these. Yeah, and they're not good for the fish population.
No, they're creepy.
No. So it would be a very interesting film to watch.
Yes.
And Relentless is a pretty darn good name for
it. Is. Yep. And then Thursday, the 25th, we'll be back south, so we'll go to Harrisville at the Alcona County Library there, so at 6 p.m. And we always have a good turnout either at the Rogers Theater or in Harrisville. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're in Alpena. So Friday night kicks off the Alpena events, and that'll be a reception, a little bit of a talk from our superintendent, Jeff Gray, and then we'll have films all day Saturday and films all day Sunday.
Yeah, and that's always a really fun event to attend. It really sets the precedent for the whole event, and it really talks a lot of the big reasons why these are so important. That educational opportunity, to learn about the efforts that Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary is doing and what kind of partnerships and connections are being made to help with, like you said, the mitigation of things.
Right. And we also brought back this year, thanks to a grant from the Community Foundation of Northeast Michigan, but we have the student film competition back. So excited to host that.
Now that is film competition that's being brought back for 6th to 12th graders.
Correct, yes.
And it's free to
free to enter your submission. The videos are short videos, so no longer than 3 minutes. It does have a theme. Life in the Great Lakes.
Oh, nice.
So it could be anything. It could be your experiences, it could be your education, it could be your inspiration, it could be your recreation, anything that's tied to life in the Great Lakes.
Wow, and this is all highlighted during the film festival that goes on.
Yes, yep. And so the submissions have to be by January 5th, and then they'll be judged, and then the first, second, and third place winners will be showcased on the 27th of January. So it's free to attend the student film unveiling, if you will. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And it'd be really interesting to see what kind of submittals that you get for this.
Yes.
And to see what comes out of the brains of our wonderful young people in this community. And
right. Well, a lot of young students have experience with TikTok, YouTube, any kind of short video, and there's multiple different formats they can use and submit it on. So it should be really cool.
Awesome. And when you say short, you mean it's about a 3-minute long video.
Yes.
You're saying.
Yep.
That's really cool. So it's nothing like an hour-long documentary about kayaking, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
too,
not for the students. Their mindset is a little bit shorter, so we're excited to bring it back. And it's free to submit, and January 5th. So if you have any questions, always visit our website, thunderbayfriends.org.
Yeah, there's a lot of really wonderful events, and the website is really well done too, because it brings and showcases everything that we've talked about today and all the other wonderful things that you have going on.
Right, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
As always, appreciate talking with you and your representation with Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary.
Thank you. It's always fun to be here.
Well, thank you, and look forward to talking with you next time.
All right, sounds good.
And thank you for joining us for the first segment. Stay tuned after the break for Ann Gentry with the Downtown Development Authority. Welcome back, everyone. Our next guest is Ann Gentry with the Downtown Development Authority. Hi, Ann.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me again.
Hey, thank you for being here again. Always welcome. Like we were talking with Kim in the previous segment, there's a lot of really exciting things that happen, of course, during the summertime, but then we get into fall and there's some really cool things and events that go on. One of the big things that I've been able to see and heard a lot of great conversations about is the Fresh Waves mural that just concluded, correct?
Yep. So we just finished the end of September, our Fresh Waves project this year. So we ended up doing 4 large murals and 2 small murals, which is the most we've done to date. Usually we do 1 or 2. So this was a lot more of a splash with the artwork we were able to do because of grant funding that we secured.
Yeah, and then just the aesthetics, that it adds, and I see like going onto your wonderful website and seeing some really cool resources and upcoming events and things like that, but it's the vibrance, the artsy culture, bringing that to our community. This has really created a vibrant environment downtown.
Thank you. Yeah, that's kind of the mission, is like, yes, to introduce public art, but also to beautify different walls throughout the downtown. So this year has been really awesome to hear people say like, oh, I love all the murals. Alpena is a small town with so much art. So I think we're finally getting to that point where this can be like a real selling point for our community to be proud of.
Well, yeah, and and over the few years, that the Fresh Waves mural program has been going on, sometimes they're spread, they're throughout the community. And this one is like, they're very focused into that downtown, like right downtown, like the alleyway where the Fresh Palette is, and Art in the Loft, and then Rusty Petunias, that wonderful, beautiful mural that's up there. And, of course, the one with all the blocks that looks like it's coming out at you, but you walk up and it's still a flat wall. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's what we wanted to do this year, because with the city and business owners, we're trying to make those alleyways really into spaces for events events, for music, and of course for art. So this year we only had artists or locations apply that were located along the alleyway. So it was really cool to see them come to life and how the different pieces work together. We really, our committee prioritized like different styles and just different kind of messages so that when you look at them, they all have a different feel, but all kind of work together.
Yeah, it's really cool. And you have good news about next year with the festivals.
We do, yeah. So literally the day our last mural finished, I got the grant notification that we'll receive another $14,000 for next year from Michigan Arts and Culture Council. So this is very exciting because that'll be about $30,000 we'll have for the project. Wow. So applications will open in early 2024, which is only really a few months away, but we're hoping to probably spread them out again in this next year, and if our boundary expansion happens, then I'm really excited about maybe having some in those new areas. So we'll see what we get for next year.
It's just so cool, you know, to walk around and just enjoy everything that's going on. You know, it started with the fish mural.
Yeah, that was the first one. I think in 2015 they finished it, and murals at that time were just a new thing for Alpena. So it's cool now, even outside of the DDA, there are private business owners that have commissioned artwork, and I get inquiries all the time from people that want to have our artist lists to maybe do their own. So it's cool to see it grow.
And anybody can apply to be part of become part of this program, correct?
Yep.
Like the applications are anybody from Alpena to Washington State, anywhere, right?
Yep. We accept artist applications from anyone. This year our artists came from New York, Ontario, Chicago, Northeast Michigan, and Ann Arbor.
Nice.
So we had a really nice different arrangement of artists younger than me, artists older than me. So we really value that different perspective of artwork.
And it's truly international now with
it is, yes, exactly.
So, you know, and another really fun thing that's coming up, an event, is the Trunk or Treat.
Yep, Trunk or Treat and downtown trick or treating, and Noah's Haunted Ship is Friday, October 27th. So that's always a huge event. I know our businesses give out, I don't even know how many pieces of candy. It's huge. It's just, downtown's packed. So it's really cool to see. And then businesses this year are hosting like live music, and I've seen different activities. So, you know, if you take your kids or don't take kids, you know, you can still come back downtown, maybe get a drink or go out to dinner.
Yeah, and even if you take your furry friends, you know, there's always dog treats.
This is very true. I might take my corgi.
They are all over the place, especially if you go visit Griffin over at yes, it's just awesome. You know, it just entails everybody. You know, and it's just really a fun event because you go to the downtown, then you go to the Trunk or Treat, and then you go get scared at the haunted ship. And you know, it's a fun day for everybody, and a lot of people show up for it. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's been cool just seeing like different events really all year round. I mean, every season I'm like, yes, this will be like the quiet season. And it's just more organizations are stepping up and doing different events to get the community to come out and enjoy. So definitely fall is a busy season downtown, and trick or treating's kind of the last Halloween themed event, and then we'll be right into the holiday season. So
are any of the business, are they staying open a little bit later too, or?
Yeah, most businesses stay open probably till 7 o'clock. Some people just pass out right in front of their store. Other people do it inside. So definitely come downtown, shop, get some candy, hang out.
And support the local businesses that support everybody.
Absolutely.
You know, and then another thing that we want to talk about, which I think is incredible news, and I know even before the show we were talking, it was very exciting, the grant that was received for the transformation of the Culligan Plaza.
Yeah, so this is going to be huge for the downtown. The city put together this grant application. They got just under $1 million, and there's only, I think, a 10% match, which is huge for a grant. Usually it's a 50-50 split. So without this grant, that project would not have moved forward with the new renderings that you've probably seen. So new layout, new stage, cool water feature, trees. They're working with Huron Pines on the parking lot to update it. So there'll be different like rain gardens. There'll be public restrooms, which will be attached to my office, which is going to be awesome. I know I'm very excited about those because there's so many people that come downtown, and it's right in the center, the heart of our district. So that they're expecting to start work in the spring, and hopefully have it open by summer if all goes according to plan. So
and one of the really neat things too is that it becomes ADA compliant. You know, and we were talking, you know, people with vision or sight issues or are in a wheelchair or have any of those needs, you know, the current layout is not very accessible.
Right. Yeah, that was kind of the biggest reason is like, you know, our city needs to be accessible to people of all abilities, mobilities. So getting rid of those stairs is going to be amazing. Like bringing everything up a level and just having it be a much safer and more welcoming place for the community.
And it brings in that love of nature that Alpena has too. It really brings that in with the new trees and the water feature that you were saying. And if you haven't seen the renderings, you know, it's on the website on downtowndevelopmentauthority.com.
DowntownAlpenaMI.com.
MI, yeah, sorry. But it's wonderful. You go in there and it talks about the grant, talks about the purpose, and definitely that rendering really is, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful and very encompassing of what our community is.
Yeah, and it was really cool kind of seeing behind the scenes all the different organizations like First Federal, Legacy Foundations contributing funds, the Arts Council is helping with the art component, landscaping company, the city. So there's lots of different entities that came together, and then of course the public survey that really shaped what the city wanted to do with that. So it's going to be a great space, and this summer we saw more people using it, even as it is with the music and getting ice cream. So it'll be exciting to see it just get a revamp and really be the heart of the downtown.
Now there's going to be like a real stage down
there. There is,
yep. Cool.
An updated sound system, and yeah, just lots of different features to make it a much more usable space.
Awesome. Well, good luck on the project.
Thank you.
And it's amazing. You know, we were talking just before we started taping, but it is incredible to see the vision that you're helping bring to this community and the support of the businesses that are downtown and just getting more people into that space.
Yeah, thank you.
So
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot of collaboration that goes on behind the scenes, and yeah, we were just talking about how everyone, it seems like, just works together over the last few years to make downtown and Alpena as a whole a really, really great place. So we're excited to be a part of it.
Thank you so much for doing what you do, and thank you again for being here today.
No problem.
And thank you all for joining us as we continue to go down the wonderful world of nonprofits in our community and learn about all the great things that are going on. Stay tuned after the break for the ACC segment.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College. I'd like to take our time together today to continue with a theme that we talked about recently, and that was the community part of Alpena Community College and its importance. We had a board meeting last night, our October board meeting. There was a lot in it, a lot of good stuff. But there was some community stuff too that I want to share with you. And the first is from a gentleman named John DeMarco, who has been in our community for the last month or 6 weeks filming a movie, a feature movie, that he's calling Harson's Island Revenge. And he reached out some time ago seeking some extras for the filming from our staff or students, and we had some good response to that. And he sent an email back, and I would like to read it to you because it delighted me. Good morning, Don. Just wanted to say thank you so much contributing to our production here in Alpena. What a great city. Great folks, great time. Our production staff, cast, crew, everyone involved, we're just so overwhelmed with the open arm welcome that we received there. The film is done shooting. I think we'll be back in February to do some pickups, as we call it. But once again, thanks again for everything, and our premiere will be right down there at the sanctuary. I think he's meaning the National Marine Sanctuary. That'd be a great place to have it. Next October. I'll keep you posted. Thanks again. Have a great fall and winter season. So a gentleman came to our community, made a movie, enjoyed the reception he had, and who knows where this will lead, but it was nice to hear from him. Then I received another note, this was day before yesterday, from somebody who works from the state, and her job is to help students who are eligible for Reconnect. That is the last dollar free tuition program that had been for students 25 years old and older, now has been dropped to 21 and older. She's the person responsible for guiding or helping students get to our school and others in northern Michigan. And she sent this note. Just taking a minute here to pass on some positive feedback. I had a Alpena student reach out. her zip code was somewhere in the Metro Detroit area, so I was curious about how she found a nursing program at Alpena. She said that the program was exactly what she wanted, and she didn't have to wait to start. She also said that the people had been so nurturing and supportive, and she was trying to convince her mother to move to Alpena to use her Reconnect scholarship, and then there was a little smiling emoji at the end. So a student from downstate coming up for our nursing program, I would say that's a wise move, good judgment there, who's is having a great experience, and is asking, maybe if her mom could come up too. So these are the sorts of connections that are really valuable. At our board meeting, in keeping with the same theme, we had 3 student athletes in the baseball team. None of them were from Alpena area. And they were speaking in glowing terms about the brotherhood of the team and the positive role that baseball and athletics is playing in their lives and in their school lives at this point. And they had recently had a team outing where they did some bow hunting. And one young man had never hunted before, and they were successful. They got I'm not sure how many deer, but they just had a great time. And they were speaking not only about the hunting experience, but how it was kind of part of a larger feeling of being welcomed. That they didn't realize there was so much up here to enjoy and learn about, and how much fun it was, and how much they were learning. So this is a wonderful thing, and this is kind of the edge I think Alpena Community has versus many other schools. The personal connection that we can provide and do provide, and the support and the interesting things that students can do. Then we had a presentation from 2 students and their advisor, Andrew Pad, our manufacturing instructor. And these students have formed an agriculture club. And they have a number of interesting things that they would like to do, and I think will do. One thing they talked about last night at the board meeting was that piece of property that the college owns between the end of Van Laer Hall, the hospital end, and community mental health. There's a kind of a trapezoid shape of undeveloped property there. And they would like to, the Ag Club would like to make some use of it, grow some flowers, create some pathways, reclaim it, make it a beautiful spot, but a productive spot as well, which it has never been. So this is a delightful idea. The trustees and myself fully support it. I love that initiative. I think it will add beauty to the college, but it will be an activity that connects these students to something beyond what goes on in the classroom. And I do think that complementary mix there, when that can happen, really extends learning and makes it more real, makes it more down to earth, and makes it more hands-on. And the last thing, we had a message of thanks from a group of science educators. We had it was on the weekend of September 29th through October 1st. We had more than 150 folks from around the state come to our campus. They were science educators primarily, or people concerned with outdoor environmental education. And I got a letter from their president. It said, "Don, thank you so much for hosting MAEOE this year. We had a great time. We were overwhelmed by the support of your team. Everyone we came in contact with was professional and friendly. The tech people, custodians, cafeteria workers, everyone was great. They represented your university well." And he goes on to say, "You're blessed to have such a great team to support you." This I agree with, and I'm delighted by it. And once again, we attempt to put the community in Alpena Community College. Thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts Bradley Summers and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at WBKB11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production. All rights reserved.